Hey guys, today we're talking about how to fill your I-140, the immigrant petition for alien worker. I want to walk you through the step by step of how you can fill this form and everything will be fine. The first thing you have to check when you take the form is to check the expiry dates. Just where my cursor is at the right hand side at the upper corner, you will see the USCIS form I-140 and the number of the form, then the expiry dates. If you don't get the expiry date right and you take the one that's already been expired, this one is currently February, it's going to expire 28th of February 2026. So you look at that. Or else, if you take expiry form, you send it to them, they will send all your document back to you and you have to start all over again. So the first thing you need to check at the right hand side upper corner is the expiry date. After that, you will just move and go to where they says start from here. All this upper side is for official use. So it says start here and print in ink. If you are using pen, if you are filling electronically. So walking you through, you first thing you do is to write your last name, given name, and then middle name. For EB2-NIW, you won't need to write at all the company name because in every box you don't need to write anything. You put not applicable. So you put not applicable and you move on. Then, if you're using US address or any address in care of somebody or directly in care of you, you put the address that you want to use, the postcode, the apartment unit, the zip code, the province, the country. So, after you finish with that, you move forward. And then the second side of that first page. And what you do from there is to write not applicable to RSI number for those of us that don't have. And if you have, you can apply it. They said, are you US? Your answer is you haven't. The social security, if you have it, you put it. If you don't have it, you put not applicable. USI online account, if any, put it. If you don't have it, you put non applicable. So this particular place is very critical because this is the category to show that which type of form are you filling. Because EBA1 use the same form, EBA um B use the same form, 1A, 1B, 1C. This is 1A, 1C, 1B. So anything you pick here is what they will know the category of employment. So for here, for EB2-NIW, you pick H. H indicates an alien applying for NIVW who is a member of a profession holding advanced degree or an alien of exceptional ability. So you continue filling your petition and you say this petition, this particular one is, are you amending? There are some people that are putting the application and they want to amend, maybe they want to do premium processes after they have. So if you're amending, but for those who are applying fresh, you don't need to, you put not applicable here for those two units and you move on to the next part, which is information about the person filling. In some instance, it's not the person filling that is applying. It might be Anthony, it might be somebody that's not literate that they are filling on their behalf, but it will be rare for somebody with an advanced degree and exceptional ability not to be literate. So for this one, you just fill the name, given name, last name, middle name, and then you put the address. If you are the same person applying and filling, you put your name. Then other information they need is date of birth, village town of birth, and then state of birth. You can be in America, but you were born in Pakistan, you have to put your place of birth. Even if you are naturalized for other nations and you were born in different nation, you have to put it. Then the country of birth, the country of citizenship. For instance, I was born in Nigeria, but I'm Australian by citizenship. So some people it might be the same. So for people that already have a number in an alien number or registration number, they don't generate two. So don't be afraid that because I've applied for refugee, if I now put my number, it's going to cost them to no. If you don't put your original number and you have two files, it's going to delay your application because eventually they want to merge it together. So in this place, you put your alien number, the one you've been using, and then if you have US Social Security, you put. If you don't have, you move on. But there's a question here that's asking about your last arrival in US. For the people that don't know when or they don't have the accurate dates, you go to the immigration date, just put I-94 form. Once you put I-94, you go there and you can put your passport number and generate I-94. So this record has to show the number on your I-94 arrival, the date of arrival, the date that is shown that it's expired. If you have left, if you have not left, you left US, you have to put all your detail here, and the class of admission. Some people are just B1, B2, some people are just class C, WC, different. And your passport number, your travel document. Some people like me, I have ETA because I go on ETA to America. So you put whatever you have there. The issuance of a traveling document, the date of your passport, the expiry date on your passport. Then we move to part 4. In part 4, the information needed actually will be that provide this information for the named person in part 3. Part 3 is asking us about the person filling the form. So in part 3, if you have already put your name, so you just continue putting your information because you are the person that is filling the form. Okay, what embassy, if you are going to process consular, is it going to be Saudi Arabia or is it going to be UK, town, country? So if you provide this, it will give them the opportunity to know which consular parts they should put you. So the information part 4 continue. So the current residence of the person filling the form. You might be living in Canada. So you have to put your current where they can send documents, correspondence, and then you will receive it. You have to make sure you fill. Don't leave any blank in this application form. Ensure that you put something non-applicable where you know that is not applicable for you. So this is your if you have a US address or you are doing adjustment of status and you are living with somebody, you put it. So this 4ABC is for people that use Arabic to write their name, Romance letter or whatever that is not in English. But if your name is in letter English, not in Arabic or Chinese, you don't need to fill this part. You just put non-applicable. So you move forward to part 5, and this is a mailing address again. So you put your address here. If it's in care of anybody or it's directly to you, you put your name. So this section 6 that we are going to, after filling your address in section 5, is asking you if you say yes to item number 6A to 10, provide the case number. That is, if you are adjusting or you are correcting an application, you need to provide the case number of the application. So here we are filling form afresh. Are you filling any petition or application with I-140? So you go to number 6 to answer that. What this means is that some people, when they are filling their form, they do their adjustment of status. I form 185, they do their parole, which is from I-131, and they do their employment authorization, which is from I-7. And most people that would do this will be people with EB1 that is current at the moment. For EB2, you are not likely to do everything together. So if you're not feeling anything, you say non-applicable or just leave it back. Non-applicable, non-applicable. But if you are feeling, you just click on them. Okay, I'm going to go with I-185, I-131, or I-17. So these are the 3 that goes with mostly EB1, not EB2. So once you are done with this, you now so go to 7. So have you ever been removed from America? The person filling the form proceeding, have they forcefully eject you or deport you? Yes or no? Do you have any petition that is filed against or on your behalf? So, yes or no. This one says, any immigrant visa petition ever been filed on your behalf of the person, on behalf of that person? Say yes or no. Are you filing with original labor certification? Some people, it's employer that is doing it for them and they are doing labor certification. For EB2-NIW, no. So you're not filing. So if you are filing the petition with original labor certification, they want some documents. For EB2, it's non-applicable. So you say non-applicable, and then you move on. This is information about the petitioner. This place can be tricky, but you can escape it. So if it's the employer that is filling the form, it takes it. If it's other people, but for EB2-NIW, you are doing self-petition. So you put self and then move on. Not right now applicable to this box. The next thing we're doing is what type of business are you doing? Date of establishment. All this is not actually applicable to you, but this one is saying the current number of US employee is not applicable because this is type of a business and it's for employer and they'll have to put their labor certification. But instead of leaving it blank, write non-applicable, non-applicable, non-applicable. So this is another day of filing labor certification, put non-applicable for EB2-NIW, labor certification, the non-applicable. If an individual is filing this petition form, so this is meant for an individual, this is where you're going to put. If you are a technician, you put. If you're a medical scientist, you put. If you are, just put your occupation here and the current amount that you are earning. Don't worry about whether it's too high or it's too low. Put your current amount in dollars. Then the basic information, what is your job title? If you don't know your job title, just Google SOC code and then you will see all the profession. You can pick your profession. Usually it's 6 digits. So you put, if you're a quantity surveyor, you go to the internet, mostly Bureau of Statistics usually have the code. Look up your profession and put it there. And then definition of your job. If you're a medical scientist, you test blood, you do public health, you do research, whatever it is, just summarize your job description. Non-technical. It's put there non-technical because they don't want any jargons. Put something simple that a layman can understand and can follow. Then, if it's a full-time position, if it's a part-time position, you put it. And now it's saying that in number 4, if the answer to number 4 item is no, how many weeks? That is, if it's not a full time, how many weeks, how many days per week are you doing? So you put whatever you're doing. Is this a permanent position or not? Is this a new position? Not a permanent position or not, depend on your situation. This place you should be flexible. If it's not a permanent position, if it is a new position, what are your wages per month? So you write them here and then continue to the site of work location. This is apparently for people that already have job offer. We in NIW, we don't have job offer, so most of us is non-applicable. You understand? Non-applicable because we don't want to leave any vacant box. So part 7 is for about spouse and children. This is emphasized spouse and children so that those who are thinking they are dependent on their mom or their brothers and sister can know that specification is spouse for EB2-NIW children of the person filing, of the main applicant. So this part, it depends on how many children you have. If you have your spouse name, you write it, and then the person 1, person 2, and then it will continue like that. So you write all their information, and if apparently they put 6 person there, they expect at least you have 6 family, and if you have 10, so the best thing is to get extra plain sheets. Write your name on that plain sheet and continue writing the name of your dependent because some people they have 8 kids. So it's only provision for 6, including the spouse. So after finishing with your dependents, you now go to contact information, certification, and signature of the petitioner or authorized signatory. So This one is the person that is filling the form. If the person that is filling the form is not the person that is going to sign, if you have authorized somebody to sign on your behalf, you can use this one. But the petitioner signature and certification, they will ask you as a petitioner, can you read or write, or is somebody that, so you have reviewed it, I understand, you what is contained, and my responses, I'm the one. So this is to safeguard them so that you don't say, I don't know what I put there. I don't intention, you know. This is to tell you, read this very well. You so petitioner signature or authorized signature. This is meant for if you authorize somebody. The first one is if you are filling the form directly, you use this one, petitioner signatory. But here is authorized, person you authorize. So if you don't authorize, you are filling yourself, you just sign for yourself. And sometimes some people don't, they speak Arabic or they need interpreter. So if there's an interpreter involved, there's a provision for you to write the detail of the interpreter, the contact address, the full name. So that if there's any mistake, if you say something in Arabic and the interpreter write another thing, you can contact him and then things will be sorted out from there. So if you have additional information that, like I was telling you that, okay, you have 8 kids, they are space for just 6 people, including the spouse. This is where you put additional information, or there's an additional information you want to write on top. You put your additional information, write the number, part 4, part 7, yeah, B or C type, the item 6 or 7. You want to make more explanation for them to actually know what you're talking about. So you put it. Please and please and please, if you don't understand how to fill this form, ask for help. Because once this form is not properly filled, you have already paid money for UPS to take your document there. As soon as they get it and they see that, okay, this box is not filled, we're not sure whether it's EB1 or EB2, they pay money and send everything back to you. If you are in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria, in abroad, they send everything back to you. And then you have to correct that box, that just one box, and then go back to them. It can be very painful. I tell you, it's a lot of wasting of time. So that's why I'm taking my time to just explain to you how to do this form and how to do it properly. So if you do it properly, I did my own properly. I took my time and my application was approved within 7 days. They didn't even send it back because I was just so, careful because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste money sending documents all and up and down. And if you send it to them, they would have removed all the thing that you used to, partition it. They would have separated it, scan it, and then they would send it back. So, Chimade Consulting Firm, we're here to help you through this process to achieve your American dream. Yell out if you need help. Thank you for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks. Stay blessed. Bye for now.